Danny Wilkins is the head football coach of Asheville's high school football team. Coach Wilkins' earliest memory of football was playing in junior high as a middle linebacker and offensive lineman. As head football coach, Danny Wilkins must manage time, people, and high expectations that have come to his program since winning a 3A state championship in 2005. Football has always been a part of his life. What went through your mind the first time you ever took the field as a head football coach?
My first head coaching job was at Irwin High School. It was 4 years. I'd been an assistant for several years. I remember the first game we were playing Madison High School. It was at Irwin High School. We had brand new uniforms I'd ordered. And standing on the field as my team came out and stuff that first time, and just a chill and thrill up your spine and thinking, this is something I'd always dreamed of, I'd been an assistant for a number of years and actually been a head coach in that situation. I was there for 4 years, came over here to Asheville as an assistant, and then I've been the head coach here 12 years now, and it's still a thrill. Our stadium's been recognized as one of the best high school stadiums, if not the best high school stadium aesthetically in the state of North Carolina. It's a beautiful place to play and coach, and I'm blessed and honored to be here and get to do that each and every Friday night in the fall.
How do you manage players' mindsets through the highs and lows of a football game?
Last week, we won 35-29 against our rival backyard buddies over here at Reynolds High School, and they were up, good team. They were up 29-0. We didn't play very well early on, and the momentum swung, and we make a long story short, we ran off 35 unanswered points. My speech to them before the game was one that I've used many times, is that thing, adversity is going to come tonight. I've never been to a practice and I've never been to a game that there was an adversity. Something is going to go wrong. And it's not, and knowing that, it's not the fact that it's going to shock you when it does if you're prepared for it, but it's that thing of how you handle it. What are you going to do with it when it comes? And it's going to come. And like I said, I've never had a practice or a game where there wasn't some degree of adversity. And so it's how you handle it.
Do you think your football team seeing adversity can be a good thing going through the regular season?
There's a line there too. I've known some teams that are down as far as talent pool's concerned, and they're struggling maybe as a program, don't have a rich tradition like we do here, and that kind of thing. And so sometimes you need to schedule opponents that you will be competitive with, but you don't want necessarily a non-conference. Conference schedule you don't have any control over, but non-conference schedule, you don't want to line up folks that are just going to beat your brains out week in and week out. I don't know that is going to help you down the road, but certainly playing teams that within your own talent pool that you are competitive with, if you can do that, it's going to certainly pay dividends. If you're fortunate enough to make postseason play, obviously the better folks you can play, it will make a difference down the road as your team gets better. To play cupcakes on the front end of a schedule, sometimes that happens. That don't really prepare you for what's down the road if you've got your sights on bigger and better things.
Running back Tyshawn Holloway is a big factor in Asheville's regular undefeated season this year in 2011. Tyshawn Holloway has grown under Coach Danny Wilkins' program, not only as a player, but as a person as well. How would you describe Tyshawn Holloway as a person?
Tyshawn is a young man that came to us at the beginning of his sophomore year and has done well. We didn't know exactly, in that year he came, we had 3 or 4 guys vying for the running back position. We're an I team, and the tailback position is critical to us. And he won that out. And he's done really well as a player, and I've seen him grow as a person, to answer your question. It was one of those things, like most kids are. He comes in, he wasn't the most mature guy, not always the most dependable guy, but I've seen that change. Like you hope that it will, and through being a part of our program and the things that we insist on and the things that we try to impress on, Tyshawn has really responded to that. As a result of all that, of course, his play on the field's been exceptional, but he's also turned it up in the classroom. He's turned it up in his social skills and interaction with other people. And I think in the long run, it's certainly going to pay big dividends for him as he gets a chance to, earn that scholarship and go. He's qualified academically for Division I NCAA scholarships, and the offers are coming in, and he's going to get that opportunity to use this game to get an education, play at the next level. And so it's been fun watching him mature. It has many of our kids that come through.
How would you describe Tyshawn Holloway as a football player? Is he one of the unsung leaders of your team?
Well, he's well sung, actually. I mean, a tailback like that gets a lot of recognition by the media and that kind of thing, where the guy in the offensive line don't compel that much attention, even though his job's just as important as what Tyshawn does. But Tyshawn is certainly a good football player. He's a 6'6", 190-pound tailback with good speed. His vision's improved. He sees things now that he didn't see a year ago. He catches the ball well out of the backfield. We've used him in throwing tailback passes, and he plays some in the secondary. He punts for some, and just a really exceptional athlete. And so as a player, he's certainly one of those standout guys for us and very significant in our successes.
As head coach, how do you manage such high expectations for your football team?
I've been told here that we've spoiled our community and our people here at Asheville High School. We've been blessed to be successful in the sport. We won 6 consecutive conference championships and many more before that, and state title in 2005. We played in the state title game in 99. There are high expectations, but I'd rather it be that way than have a community that just is apathetic and don't care. Our community does care about our football program and what we're doing and how we perform, and that's a good thing. And it's always keeps us on our toes as far as trying to reach for those expectations. And just like you overheard the teacher, our faculty and administration here has been extremely supportive during my tenure here, and you've got to have that as well.
Danny Wilkins is not only a coach, but he is a mentor, a teacher, a role model, and most of all, a friend to his staff and the players in this program.